Between COVID shutdowns and pregnancy, it certainly seems impossible to not gain weight. But how much weight exactly is normal to be gained during pregnancy? Welcome to the Deconta channel, where we discuss all things educational and we never duck away from difficult topics, including the uncomfortable topic of weight gain during pregnancy. For many of us ladies, weight gain, or any weight in general on our body, is constantly on our minds. And can you blame us? It's constantly beaten to our heads from a young age. Between TV, ads, social media, and more, we're constantly bombarded with this body image conundrum. But weight gain during pregnancy is completely and totally normal. And it's time to finally break the negative outlook on weight gain and discover the science behind why and how we gain weight during pregnancy. It's pretty normal for a woman who was considered to be in a healthy weight range before pregnancy to gain between 25 and 35 pounds during pregnancy. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, wait a second here, Deconta. A baby weighs like 6 to 8 pounds at best, most of the time. Where on earth are you getting an average of 25 to 35 pounds? That's an excellent question, and it's the same question I had when I heard that average. The fact is, though, we're not just carrying the weight from the baby that's growing inside of us, we're also gaining weight in many other places. We're gaining roughly 2 to 3 pounds from the placenta's weight, 2 to 3 pounds for the amniotic fluid's weight, 2 to 3 pounds of extra breast tissue weight, a whopping 4 pounds of extra blood coursing through our veins, 5 to 9 pounds of additional stored fat for your baby's future milk production, and 2 to 5 pounds from the uterus's enlarged weight. Add all of that together, plus your 6 to 8 pound baby, and you've got a whopping total of 25 to 35 pounds gained. Oh, and that's not even including the fact that most women will also retain more water during pregnancy as well. So just tack on an extra bit of weight there for the extra fluid retention too. The conclusion here is that all of the extra weight gain you are experiencing is completely 100% normal, and it's needed to sustain the precious life that you're growing inside of you. Now, does that mean we should be eating enough calories for 2 people? No, of course not. That's not what I'm saying here. We should still be cognizant of the nutrients that we're taking in to nourish our little one, and obviously not overindulging all the time. But should you shame yourself for eating something sweet or for indulging in something you might have been desperately craving? No, absolutely not, so long as that something wasn't a harmful substance to your child, like alcohol or cigarettes. The point here is balance, moderation, all things in moderation. So perhaps you didn't begin pregnancy within the healthy weight range, or perhaps you're concerned with getting gestational diabetes. How do you know you're on a normal weight gain track in that case? The best thing you can do is compare your weight gain to averages. Again, and I can't stress this enough, they are averages. Remember, your body is unique and different from anybody else's body. So if your body's values don't fall particularly exactly within the averages, don't stress out about it. They are just reference points for you to use. According to the American Pregnancy Association, they say that the amount of weight you should gain during pregnancy all depends on your body mass index, or BMI for short, pre-pregnancy. So for example, if your BMI was between 18.5 and 24.9 prior to becoming pregnant, then the 25 to 35 pound weight gain is the goal for you. But if you happen to be underweight pre-pregnancy with a BMI of less than 18.5, then gaining anywhere from 28 to 40 pounds is a good target weight gain for you. If your pre-pregnancy BMI happened to be between 25 and 29.9, then you're looking to gain around 15 to 25 pounds during your pregnancy. And if you were considered obese prior to becoming pregnant with a BMI greater than 30, then your target goal should be between 11 and 20 pounds of overall baby weight gained during your pregnancy. But most importantly, remember that these are just averages, just targets for you to compare to, ranges to help you keep yourself in check, not something to obsess over and to shame yourself over. And if your OB happens to be doing that to you, find a different one. Your body is unique, and perhaps you struggled with weight loss in the past. Maybe you worked through sweat and tears and hard work to shed some pounds over the years. You finally got there, and now you feel like all of that was for nothing. It wasn't. The weight gain you're experiencing now is the most important weight gain of your adult life. It's to sustain your little one. So let's see if you are on track using the American Pregnancy Association's values. Doing some quick maths here. During the third trimester, you'll be gaining about 1 to 2 pounds per week. And the third trimester runs from week 27 to week 40. So that's a total of 13 weeks. And if we bank on you gaining at least 1 pound a week during those 13 weeks, that should put us at 13 pounds total for the third trimester. Depending on where you began with your weight prior to becoming pregnant and according to your BMI, you can take your current weight minus the weight you started at and see how much weight you've gained thus far, and therefore be able to determine how much wiggle room you might have left in the remainder of your pregnancy. For example, before this pregnancy began, I started at a weight of around 165 pounds, which put me at a BMI of 24.4. If you're curious about what your BMI is, check out the link in the description below, and that can help you easily calculate what your BMI is. That, of course, puts me in the range for the 25 to 35 pound weight gain target, according to the American Pregnancy Association. As of right now, in week 23, I weigh 180 pounds. So 180 minus 165 pounds, where I started at, would put me at a total gain amount of 15 pounds as of right now. I have 4 more weeks from this week until the third trimester begins, where I can assume I will gain at least another 13 pounds if I go to full term. So my current weight gain of 15 pounds plus the 13 pounds of weight gain I know must be coming in the third trimester puts me at a total of 28 pounds. Now, if my max weight gain total is the 35 pounds, I just need to subtract 28 from 35 for a difference of 7 pounds. That means over the next 4 weeks leading up to the third trimester, I would want to try and gain no more than 7 pounds. However, if I gain slightly more than that, or if I happen to not gain that much, I'm not going to stress about it, because these are just averages, and it's okay if I gained an extra pound or not all 7 pounds. So what has week 23 felt like, other than getting heavier? I've just felt so tired all over again. I feel like there's a solid 3-hour stretch every single day where I am fighting to stay awake. By the time my husband comes home and we get to watch Netflix, I'm practically passing out on the couch. The horrible two-edged sword here is that I'm so tired and so exhausted, but I still can't manage to sleep well. I'm still waking up and I have a lot of pain and discomfort and difficulty sleeping in general. The bonus here, however, is that I can feel my little girl moving around a lot lately. I have anterior placenta, so it's harder to feel her move, and it's taken quite a bit longer, especially in comparison to my first pregnancy, where I could feel her move at 18 weeks. So it's been a long, impatient wait to get to this point where I can feel her moving all the time. And what milestones has our little rumble-tumble achieved this week? Well, for starters, our little one has finally reached a weight of 1 pound. They can be anywhere from 11 to 14 inches at this point, or 28 to 36 centimeters long, which is about the length of a bunch of grapes, as seen in the baby doll model here. Over the next several weeks, our baby will be packing on all the fat underneath their skin so that they can end up looking more like this baby doll and a lot less like a wrinkly little creature. Also, keep in mind that unlike this baby doll, our little one's eyes have not opened yet. There is also a fine hair all over your baby's body right now called lanugo, and they can probably taste what you're eating in the amniotic fluid. So it's best to start eating a diverse diet so that hopefully their palate will also be expanded once they are born. Now, keep in mind the phrase that my husband always tells me when I happen to feel a little bit chubby. Look, there's just more of you to love now. Repeat that phrase to yourself over and over again if you happen to start getting antsy about your weight gain. Remember, that weight is all for the little one that you love so dearly. Are you worried about your weight gain during pregnancy? Or do you have a horror story from the OB shaming you for your weight? Tell me all about it in the comments below. These videos take quite a bit of time to make, but it would only cost you a second to like this one. To follow me in this 40-week pregnancy series, all you have to do is subscribe. Thanks for watching, and see you next week.